If you can't define what your business is and what it does within 2 sentences, chances are your brand needs some work. Hey, I'm Shivam. I've been an entrepreneur since I was 13 when I began building websites for brands. I have created several businesses over the years, and today I'm going to show you how to build a brand. If you are new to this channel, hit the subscribe button and a little bell icon, as I will be adding more videos with helpful tips to start and grow your business. Okay, now let's talk about brand. A brand isn't just a recognizable name and a logo that distinguishes you in the crowded market. Marty, who's worked for companies like Adobe, Apple, and Microsoft, states that your brand isn't what you say it is. It's what they, your customer, say it is. Essentially, brand is your reputation and how you will be perceived as a business. I like to break down building a brand into 6-part checklist, researching our target audience and our competitors, picking our focus and business personality, choosing our business name, writing our slogan, choosing the look and feel of our brand, and designing our logo. To help illustrate these steps, I will be creating a golf brand for this video. Why golf? Well, because I love golf, even if golf doesn't love me back. Alright, let's get started. Our first step before we start making any decision about our brand is going to be the researching our business current market, specifically who our potential customers and the competitors are. Let's start doing that by jumping into Google. From here, I will type in golf apparel market analysis, and this should help get me a sense of who the big competitors are in this specific space. Now, unfortunately, a lot of the deeper analysis is hidden behind the paywall. So for our audience, we are going to go with the Facebook audience insights. From here, I will type in golf as the interest, and for this example, I will keep USA as my target audience, as this is likely where I would be selling my products. Okay, so we can see that roughly 58% of the people with golf as an interest identify as men, and that our primary age group is between 25 to 35 years old. We can also see that the majority of our audience is married. I will encourage you to revisit your own audience as you're building up your brand to get a better sense of who your actual audience is. Next, let's open up few competitors, web pages and social media pages. From here, I will start pulling screenshots and noting down color schemes for these websites. I will also go through their social media and start identifying posts with high engagement, so posts with a lot of comments and likes. Now, the idea here isn't that we want to mimic what these brands are doing, but we want to start identifying some commonalities and use that as the foundation of our brand. Some other things we could do is browse subreddits and review sites that are related to our customers. We can also run focus groups with our friends and families that might be interested in the products, like the one that we are selling. Alright, now let's talk about building our brand's focus and our brand's personality. Who your business is and what you do should always be crystal clear to your customers. For that reason, it's important to find our focus and let that information all other parts of our brands as we build it. I have 3 exercises that I like to do when thinking about solidifying my brand's focus and personality. Firstly, I start with creating a position statement. A positioning statement is 1 or 2 lines that state your claim in the market and differentiates you from the competitors. Your positioning statement should go something like, we offer products or services for target market to value propositions. Unlike the alternative, we key differentiator. So in my case, I could say we offer apparel for golfers to help them play in comfort. Unlike other golf apparel brands, we donate to underprivileged youth groups that are learning the game. A positioning statement shouldn't be viewed in the same way that you should view an elevator pitch or a tagline. Rather, it's internal opinion of who you are and who you want to be. Once you created your positioning statement, let the world see it by sharing it in the comments below. Next, let's start thinking about the words we would associate with our brand. How I like to do this is by thinking about my brand as a person and what terms I would use to describe this person to a friend. Thinking about your brand as a metaphor or personify, it can help you identify individual qualities you want it to have. For example, if I was to speak about my golf company, I might say they are passionate teachers who strive to bring new people into the game of golf. This step in brand development will help inform your voice on social media and the tone of all your creative assets, both visual and written. As I said before, a brand is so much more than a name. The personality, action, and reputation of your brand are really what gives the name any meaning in the market. That being said, your company's name is probably one of the first big commitments you have to make. So where do you even start when thinking of a name? I personally like walking through a few exercises when thinking of a name. You can try to make up a word like Pepsi. The benefit in doing this is that it can help your brand be instantly recognizable, and it will be much easier to rank your brand's domain name on search engines. You can reframe a somewhat unrelated word like Apple for customers or Off-White for fashion. You can also use suggestive words or metaphors like buffer. You can also describe what it is literally, like the shoe company. You can try altering the words by removing letters, adding letters, or using a Latin ending like Tumblr or Activa. You could also try combining two relevant words like pin and interest to make Pinterest or Facebook. You can also try turning a string of words into an acronym like BMW did. If you need a little extra help and coming up with a name, there are loads of apps and sites that can help you decide. Just to name a few, Wordoid is an intelligent naming tool that supplies you with a list of invented words that looks nice and feel great. If you're looking for a creative name that's brandable but isn't necessarily a real word, then you will find this tool helpful. Let's use Shopify business name generator for our golf brand. Okay, so going through these, the one that stands out immediately is Golf. I like this one because it lines up nicely with my position statement and my values around getting a new and underprivileged people into golf. Next up, let's write a slogan. A good slogan is always short, catchy, and makes a strong impression. It's nice to have the brand as it will make you identifiable and can be used with marketing and social assets. Some ways to approach writing a slogan of your own can include stacking your claim. For example, Death Wish Coffee's slogan is the world's strongest coffee. You can make up a metaphor like Red Bull gives you wings. Just remember to make the metaphor part extra clear. You don't want people thinking that they will actually giving you wings. You could adapt your customer's attitude like Nike, just do it. Now, I'm actually not the best or most creative when it comes to writing slogans, but I would go with something that speaks to our brand. So in my case, let's go with something like Golf. Everyone is in play. I think this is a bit cheeky and plays on the fact that keeping your ball in play is one of the hardest and most important parts of the golf. If you're struggling to find ideas, you can always try using Shopify's slogan maker to brainstorm some ideas or play off your position statement to generate some potential one-liners to describe your business. Okay, now that we have a name and a slogan locked down, let's dive into brand colors. Colors won't just define the look of your brand, they will also convey the feeling that you want to communicate when researching into what brand colors I could be using. I like to dive into color psychology. Color psychology is basically the study of colors in relation to how they affect human behavior. For example, colors like red can capture attention. The red color meaning is associated with excitement, passion, danger, energy, and action. For brands like Coca-Cola, the color red tends to encourage appetite, hence why they use it so often in their branding. The next time you're browsing a popular brand, take the time to think about the colors that you are seeing. You may start to notice that your favorite outdoor brand use very earthy color tones. This really gets you thinking about the outdoors. For our color scheme, we will use coolers to brainstorm the colors that work together. Coolers allows you to grab hex code to keep handy and sifter different shades of to find the ones you like. Alternatively, you could also use Adobe Color, which is free online too and lets you apply different color harmony. So once we have picked the color palette, let's move on to the fonts. You always want to try picking two fonts at the most, one for headings and one for body text. Any more than that can unnecessarily confuse your customers. I like to try using the font pair and browse through the wide section of fonts that go well together. Now that we have our colors and fonts decided, let's move on to the biggie in building a brand. The logo. A company's logo is probably one of the first things that comes to mind when thinking about building or recognizing a brand. Now, I want you to think about the worst logo you've ever seen. What comes to your mind? If you're having trouble thinking of one, I'm not surprised. Good logos stick, bad ones don't. A logo should be viewed as a symbol that represents your brand and your brand's personality through the simplest image possible. When thinking about a logo, you really need to consider every place the brand's logo needs to appear, from your website to various social media accounts to the fave icon that pops up on your browser's tab. Because I'm not a designer myself, I tend to do a few mock-ups and send those off to freelancers. You can outsource these as low costs on Fiverr or whatever marketplace, or you could even run a logo contest on 99 Designs. Let's quickly browse through a few designers on Fiverr and try to find one that's created some logos that I like. Okay, so here's one. This person's got a great portfolio, positive reviews, and a quick turnaround time that also allows revisions. In case I don't like the original plan, I'll put it in a short blurb about my company and some elements that I would like to incorporate for my company. I'm thinking of something that signifies equality with the golf element, but before that you should learn to speak the language of logos like the gesture theory, so that you can effectively communicate your vision. In doing so, you will start to notice that all the logos are created the same. For example, an abstract logo has no explicit element. It's just a shape and color that you can easily back to anything in the real world. Adidas logo is a perfect example for this. Emblem logos are often circular and combine text with an element or bold and rugged look. Think about the Starbucks logo for that one. You will want to pay attention to how detailed you make your designs, as you could lose a lot of impact if you have to scale it smaller because of the limitation that exists with each type of logo. Many logos use combination of styles. Building a brand doesn't stop with creating a logo, a slogan, or even with the launch of your brand. You will want to continue to shape and evolve your brand as you expose more customers to it and learn about who they are and how best to speak to them. Your customers and their feedback will be huge in continued development of your brand, so remain open to adapting and updating throughout your business journey. As promised earlier, we have developed a one-page branding plan that can help you work through your branding journey. I will also include the link to all the various tools that I talked about through this video in the description below. And you can also try Shopify if you're building your ecom store or website or blog or whatever. You can try a 14-day free trial from the description below, so make sure you check that out and all the other tools. But that was today's video. Until then, stay safe. Bye-bye.